around this room, and I see nothing but untapped potential. You have potential.
Like most kids my age, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. The first time I ever watched Dragon Ball Z was in the 5th grade. I was about 11 or 12 years old. This was in 2011 or 2012. I stayed at my grandparents' house on the weekends who didn't have cable, so all my Saturday morning cartoons played on one network called the CW for kids. It was Toonzai like in 2000 something, and then they changed it over to the Vortex. Like the video if you grew up with that network, hashtag no cable gang. This is where I watched all my old shows like Justice League Unlimited, Sonic X, Bots and Bolts. You know the programming. But at 10, when I heard this theme, I was completely zoned in.
Don't stop, we're in love now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can't find paradise. All we have to do is go, free your soul. Dragon Soul!
The first saga or storyline I ever saw was the Frieza saga. The build-up took forever, but when it finally reached the end, I felt happy that I was invested in a show that long from start to finish. Then I rewatched the Saiyan saga, because the Cell saga wasn't on TV yet. I've been following this series since I was a kid, and this man Goku just gets stronger and stronger, encouraging us never to give up, unless you're Yamcha. Then what are you doing here? Kai is basically a remastered version of Dragon Ball Z, with some things taken out and touched up on, so you're better off checking out the regular version of Dragon Ball Z, all 302 episodes. Yeah, it's a lot of episodes. Kai is basically the shorter version to cut down on filler, so if they're filler episodes, they're more than likely not a part of Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's not the same as I remember it being, because I went back and watched it last year, and some of the animation didn't look too keen. Like they touched up on some stuff, and it's very noticeable if you go check it out. But yeah, me personally, it may not be as good as I remember, but I still love Dragon Ball Z to this day, and I cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super to make its return. The manga is doing really well, and it has a good storyline going, so I just hope that Dragon Ball Z stays strong and keeps pushing and have a big and bright future. Favorite storyline in Dragon Ball Z history? Probably the Android and the Cell saga. Probably just because Gohan got more time to shine, which he totally deserved. He got what he deserved. He deserved time to shine in the spotlight. So yeah, I like that. I like all of the storylines, to be honest with you. Like, I love the Saiyan saga, I love the Frieza saga, I love the Cell saga, Android saga. The Buu saga is probably the funniest, but yeah, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, and I still go back and rewatch some of the older episodes to relive childhood memories, and I don't know where I would be without Dragon Ball Z to this day. I have no clue what my life would be like without anime. I have no clue, but with all of that aside, Dragon Ball Z, if you've never seen Dragon Ball Z and you're worried that you're gonna be bombarded into the hype train or whatnot, check it out. It's a good series to watch. It's been growing for so long, and it's a really good story. Just check it out. May I recommend something to start with? Start out with Dragon Ball. If you can track down an episode of Dragon Ball or like a box set in an old video game store or whatnot, if you can track down a box set of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z, and maybe GT, depending on if you heard good or bad things about GT. Not a lot of people like Dragon Ball GT. Me personally, it's not the best thing ever, but it's unintentionally funny. I'll give you that. But yeah, so just if you can find a box set of Dragon Ball or see it online, watch Dragon Ball and just see that continuing story and just keep going. Yeah, that's all I can say basically. So Dragon Ball Z Kai, if you have not seen it, check it out, or just Dragon Ball Z in general, because Kai is just a remastered version, a shorter remastered version. But if you never seen Dragon Ball Z and you want to check it out, I'll recommend some episodes. Just hit me in the comments or up on Instagram, and I'll recommend episodes too if you want to get into Dragon Ball Z. And I think that is going to wrap it up for this video. So be sure to click the link in the description if you want to support my Patreon. Check out all of my social medias. They will be in the description. I will be doing a Q&A very soon. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this once a month. So another Q&A will be coming up next month. I have another movie review planned for Monday. Won't tell you what it is yet. But, yeah, also, I'm going to be doing the breakdowns way differently. The seasons 1 and 2 breakdown, because I want to make an announcement about that. So I'm going to be doing those way differently. And I think that is all I have to say. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, my Patreon link is in the description. Follow me on all my social medias like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And on PS4 and Xbox if you want to add me. And that is going to wrap it up for me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you next time. Let's be honest. Old Dragon Ball, best Dragon Ball.